Hey guys, it's Tamil, and I am here with our moon message for the full moon in Cancer, which also corresponds with the winter solstice. Um, I love water moons. I am a water moon, but I'm also a Cancer. That's my sun sign, and I'm mom. This is my energy. I love it. It feels really, really special, but I don't think it's, just me that it'll be special for. I know for sure that there is a tremendous amount of healing that is available to us with the energy of the full moon in Cancer, and the cards that I've pulled show us some insight into what this full moon wants to heal for us. And I asked Spirit, what do we need closure on, as this is the last full moon of the year? I also asked what we need to be washed away and what we need to release. And then I asked what needs mothering. Cancer, and of course the full moon is this divine mothering energy. And so what in us needs to be nurtured and mothered. And then lastly, I asked, what are we birthing? What are we creating? And what should we be creating with this full moon energy? And then I also pulled an oracle card with my new oracle deck that I love. The images are very, very beautiful. And I hope you'll enjoy that as well. So let's get started. What needs closure? And I got the 5 of water. This is what we are leaving behind in 2018. If you see the man, he's basically on the brink of drowning because he refuses to let go of something that's no longer serving him. And that's what we need closure on now. There are certain behaviors, relationships. For me, this is less about other people and more about us. This is self-sabotage. And that's where we're needing to really end a chapter in our life. We have the resources. We've researched everything. We know what to do now. And this isn't about knowing steps A, B, C, and D, but this is about knowing the general direction in which you want the flow of your life to go. So we're no longer going to be fighting against it, and we're just going to start swimming and reaching out to things that have more stability, more security, and letting go of the fear, letting go of the insecurity, letting go of relationships that don't have a good foundation. And it's not to say that you can't rebuild them, but to let go of them in their current state. With closure, sometimes you just can walk away. Other times you have to do the necessary work to end them with love and with grace. This is about going back to our roots. We have potentially been bearing some fruit that is not representative of who we want to be. And so it's time to let that go. And it's okay to start over. This branch, this way of life cannot support you anymore. Your dreams have gotten bigger. The way is clearer to you now, and what you've been doing it won't work anymore. And so that's where we're needing closure, is really a sense of victimhood, and what needs washing away, or what we're needing to release, is a very similar energy. This is about emotional instability that comes from our ambitions not being aligned with our actions. And that's what we're needing to be washed away. We have this sense of urgency about all the things that we want to do, and it can be extremely overwhelming. But the only thing that's going to eliminate that feeling of overwhelm for us is if we start doing the things that bring us closer and closer to our goals, closer and closer to alignment with who we say we want to be. We've been holding ourselves back from getting the progress that we want. And I think this also is a message for us to understand that we're never going to get it done. We're never going to do everything that we set our heart out to do because we're infinite. The possibilities for our lives are infinite. We can take many, many paths and none of them be wrong. But at this point, we're not swimming. We're not moving forward. We're not living up to our full potential. And so Spirit is really encouraging us to take advantage of this full moon to leave this stagnation behind and let it be washed away, and let the idea and the fact that you can start over, start fresh, not be something that embarrasses you, shames you, makes you feel like a failure, because there's a lot of feelings of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And that's not helpful for us. And that's what Spirit wants us to release and to be washed away. This is a really powerful time for us to just end this chapter for me, and where I see myself reflected in this reading. This has to do with self-sabotage, which I already said, but imposter syndrome, choosing to drown, like choosing a lesser life. And I'll put the quote where I got that from. We do not have to choose the lesser life. We can't. It's killing us. And so the full moon in Cancer wants to heal that in us now. What needs mothering and what needs nurturing during this time, and where we can find power. We got the 7 of Air. And in this deck, this is about abandonment. This is about feeling like you're unprepared. This is neglect. Where have we been neglecting ourselves? What ideas and what dreams have we not cultivated that are still in their infancy because we won't feed them enough to grow? And so we're called to use the power of the full moon to see where we can mother dreams in our life, mother goals in our life. What do we need to do on a daily basis? What routines do we need to start fresh to give us the strength to fly? Because the confidence and the boldness doesn't just happen overnight. It comes over small steps of consistency, of determination, of starting and trying again. Yes, we feel extremely vulnerable now looking towards the new year. the only way for us to know exactly where we're flying or what direction we want to go into is if for us to really get still and think about where we want to go and have a new vision. We need a direction in which to fly now. So it's our responsibility to mother ourselves and kind of give us a map. You know, when my kids wake up every day, there's a certain routine and system that they've grown accustomed to. But when things start to shift in our lives or when they have new transition periods, it's my responsibility as their mom to guide them. I don't just leave them to their own devices. And so that's what needs mothering in us now is we need a sense of direction. We need a sense of purpose, and we can't let ourselves just flail around without any purpose any longer. Set the vision, set the direction, make the plan, have the map, and do what you know you're supposed to do. Teach yourself, again, what it means to feel like you're walking intentionally and with purpose. We need intentions. We can't just wake up. You know, this is even a good representation of like the early bird gets the worm. They're up, but they ain't out there getting it. They're just expecting someone to give it to them. And the lesson that the full moon in Cancer is teaching us is that the universe provides. Yes. Even in your lowest moments, you know, you won't be let down. But that's not truly what you want. You want more. You want more than just surviving. You want to thrive. And in order to do so, you have to have a dream. You have to have a plan of action. The things can start just coming to you, but not without the intention first, not without the prayer first. The plan will even shift sometimes, but there has to be one now. There has to be a plan. And what are we birthing? What are we creating? And we got the 3 of Fire, which is collaboration, success, not being afraid of putting ourselves out there, not being afraid of telling the world who we are, what we represent, the type of people we want to work with, the things that we want to build. This is abundance that comes when we release all of the things that I was talking about. And I know a lot of this is easier said than done, but this is kind of a tough love that the moon is giving us. She's not being super tender with us, really. She's saying, the grace you always have. You always have grace. You can always wash yourself clean and start over. But she's telling you that you're never going to get past this vulnerable infant-like stage if you don't start doing the work that needs to be done. If you don't take advantage of not if you don't, but she's really, really encouraging you to take advantage of the rest of Sagittarius season. You'll be watching this a little bit before the full moon. This last week, use it to plan so that when it's time for the full moon, you can take a breather, you can pray, and then you can start fresh in the new year, ready to go. Ready to go. This is the life that we want. Our emotions learning to master them, I think, was a big lesson for a lot of us in 2018. Things that used to send me down, a real spiral of sadness for weeks. I feel like Venus and Scorpio, the retrogrades, which is what this card represents, made me realize that nothing or no one, no matter how much I love them, is more important than the goals and the dreams that I have for myself and for my life. I want the people that I love to come on this journey with me, but they can't complete me. No one can. You have to stand as a pillar of light. And once you stand strong and let your light shine, the other people that are ready to bring you the value that they see that you have on your own, that's where you can make some magic. So we're giving birth to new relationships, new collaborative partners, new business contracts, new visions, new goals, and new dreams. And the full moon in Cancer is the pathway and the portal, as well as the solstice, the winter solstice. The oracle card that we got, the deck that I'm using, is the Work Your Light oracle cards. And we got Starseed. And it's beautiful because she's looking out onto the ocean with the full moon in the sky. And she's looking at it in wonder. And she's dreaming. And the oracle asks, what lights you up? I'm so sick, y'all. I'm just pushing through. So sorry for my sniffles. What lights you up is where your value is, where your abundance lies. What makes your soul sing? What is calling to you now? You're being called back to what you forgot about. The dreams that you weren't feeding, you have to feed them now because your soul is calling you. Your soul is calling you to them, and it's time for us to answer the call. This has been my first year doing videos for this channel. I think I started in April, so it hasn't been a full year yet. But I just want to say that I appreciate, because this will be the last video of the year, I appreciate all of you who watch. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. I appreciate it. Follow me on Instagram as well for our daily messages, the Sacred Selections. If you aren't a member of the Sacred Sisterhood, the membership starts at $5 a month, and we do monthly energy guidance and coaching, starting at $5, but there are higher levels where you get more intimate and more thorough insights and channel guidance. I really love all of you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. You feel free to send me an email or comment, and you can book a reading, a one-on-one. I know it's the holiday season, but I have availability just up until around Christmas. Of course, like Christmas Day, day after Christmas, I'm not doing nothing. I'll be with the kids, but I love you guys, and Happy New Year. Happy 2019. The year ahead readings are still on sale, so book yours. Bye.